Hey everybody, welcome back to Rising Tides Adventures. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, big old thumbs up. Everybody, welcome. Love the engagement of the comments in the previous videos. It certainly is great to have that engagement with everybody. So what I'm going to do today is do a video of a couple of installs. So I've mentioned before that I ordered a bunch of products from Sling Mods, and I've got the order. It's been kind of just sitting here, and I haven't really had a whole lot of time to get at it. But tonight I'm going to make the time, and I'm going to install 3 of the accessories that I purchased. So one of the accessories here is the brake modulator for the top case for the brake lights. So as you can remember, on the trailer hitch install, I installed this side case brake modulators so that the 2 tail lights on the side cases, they flash when I put on the brake. So with this new modulator, all 3 lights when I apply the brakes will flash 3 times and stay steady. The next install is going to be this auxiliary running light bar that's going to be installed at the bottom of the grill, and that's going to be installed along with the handlebar top cuffs. So as you also can remember, there's a couple of accessories such as my Garmin GPS. I want to install that on the handlebars, as well as my quad lock. So I want to install that on the handlebars. I'm not too sure exactly how I'm going to set all that up on the handlebars with the cuffs, but it just gives me some options. So along with the cuffs, I've got 6 1-inch balls. I know it can be a curse. I swear it's not easy all the time. But however, I've got the 6. I probably won't run with the 6 on there. I just bought them just to give you guys an idea of what it would look like. I think the cuffs are a great idea for any aftermarket accessories that you can get that's able to be adaptable to the 1-inch balls. So that's the installs that we're going to do today, and then the next video I'll get into that towards the end of this video, so you know what to expect on the next video. Alrighty, so yeah, give me a couple minutes to get this camera all set up, and then we'll get these cuffs going. Okay, so for install of the cuffs for tools, you're going to need a T15. I've got that on a low driver. I've got a 3mm Allen socket. I'm going to be putting, or Allen driver, I'm going to be putting in the hardware that is provided with the manufacturer for these cuffs. So to get these factory cuffs off, T15. I'm doing it in the dark. Okay, hang on to the bottom because you're going to need that obviously for the top. Set that aside. Now one thing you do have to be careful is you have a left and a right. So on the bottom, look for the L, look for the right. You've also got a dowel that you're going to have to seat inside the handlebars there. So once you get that, you can feel that seated in there nicely. Then you're going to get the bottom of the cuff. Put that back up there. Nice like that. Now also, put a little Loctite on your Allen bolt, because I imagine there's going to be a little bit of vibration coming from these handlebars throughout the bike and all that stuff. So you're going to make sure that you get some Loctite just to prevent these from coming loose. So you're going to set that up there. course, I could have just changed the bit over on my driver, but why make life easy? So you can feel that getting seated in there nicely. We'll go to the next one. Okay, put in there nice and snug. Back, grab this first one, and that's getting snug. Okay, so that's installed. Now, what's nice about this cuff is they have you they give you a M10 thread. So if you want mirrors, on a traditional two-wheel cycle, a two-wheel motorcycle, you've got the extension mirrors. So you can put extension mirrors out the side of this and use the stock mirrors as well. So, which would be okay, but if you were to put a cover on, I think that the mirrors would kind of be like a little bit of a hindrance. So this is what it looks like with the balls installed. Now take the 1 Allen bolt that's in there is a 4mm. So there's the 3 balls installed on the left-hand cuff. And then with a wrench, just tighten them up and they're not going anywhere. So if you have whatever accessory that you want, you've got the option of the 3 spaces there. So again, I'm not going to leave them all on there. I just did that for demonstration purposes for the video. Alrighty. So I'm going to tackle the right-hand side, and then I'll fire the camera back up when we're all set. Okay, so here we are with the left and the right cuff installed. So 1, 2, 3 balls. And then you can see 1, 2, 3 balls. Alrighty. And like I say, any accessory that you have, you can decide whether you want a left-hand side, right-hand side. And those are the positions of the balls. And again, M10 threads, so you can take these bolts out and you can put in some mirrors or whatever other aftermarket accessory that can fit in that M10 thread. Alrighty, so let's move on to the third brake light modulator for the top case. Another nice, easy install. Let's get at that. Okay, so here we are at the back of the machine. Top case is open. Push-pull pin pliers. I like this style here because there's a little bit of an indent on each push-pull pin, and you can just pull that pin up, pull that right out. Same with the other side. That way, there's there's another style push-pull pin, like a body panel tool that this one, this one, you get a little bit rammy, you can scratch it. If you're into that, then no harm, no foul. But I like the pliers themselves. It's a nice, cleaner disassembly. And that's all there is to that. So that back light is off. Disconnect that. That one little clip. I'm going to set that inside here for a second. This is the kit that you get from Sling Mods from Trick LED, Tricled, however you want to pronounce it. That's all there is to that. So obviously, that male is going to go into the female, and that male is going to go into the back of the light. So Stephen from Alberta, Canada likes when I use dielectric grease. So, sorry if I mispronounced your name incorrectly. Put a little bit of dab of dielectric grease in there. See, I listen to the subscribers. I listen to the comments. Yeah. Snappy, snappy. Now these are waterproof connectors, so I won't use a lot, just enough. Spread that around in there. Snappy, snappy. That sits right back inside there again. Snappy, snap. Put the cap back on so I don't get grease all over the place. Push the connector back in. Push the connector back in. There we go. Just like that. I wish they were all that easy. Okay, everybody, we're at the front of the machine and we are looking at the grill insert, which is at the bottom in between the two rats. So what I'm going to do is just, there's two T15 screws. We're just going to hopefully get on there. There. We're going to take these two screws out. And you're going to replace these two screws with, they supply you with 4 Phillips screws. So I'm not going to even bother taking that out, that screw, because it's not going to go back in. So I'll put this grill insert to the side. Keep that for later, just in case I take the light out for whatever reason. And in the kit, another Sling Mods light. And this is what the kit looks like. Comes wrapped in plastic. Nice and clear. Again, for Stephen at fire, I'm going to put a little dielectric in there for keep the moisture out. Not a lot, because it's still got, like I say, it's got those weatherproof plastic rubber connectors. So, yep, sweet. Okay. Just going to push all that back in there. Of course, it would help if I positioned it properly. Yeah. Okay, get these screws out with the Phillips screwdriver. Yes, I could have put the Phillips bit on the nut driver, but I just feel I get a better feel of tightness doing it by hand. And not everything's a race, so. There. All four in there nice and tight. So what I'm going to do is reposition the camera, start the machine, see what it looks like with the light on there, how bright it is, and give you guys a good view. Give me a minute, I'll reposition the camera. Okay, as you can see with the key in the on position, the auxiliary running lights as well as your headlights are not on. So they will not come on until you start the engine. Okay, that's what they look like. And the LED auxiliary lights at the bottom really mimic the LED headlights. So they look very similar in style. And I could see that being a great advantage at nighttime if you really want to light up the road and everything in front of you. So I think that would be a great benefit. So yeah, that's the install of the auxiliary light at the bottom. Let's get you a shot of what it looks like for all three brake lights at the back. Let me just shut this off so I don't gas myself out. Give me a minute and I'll set the camera up at the back. Okay everybody, we are obviously at the back of the machine, so I'm just going to turn the ignition key on and you'll see that the tail lights all light up, the case and the side cases as well. And when I put on the brake, you'll see them all flash 3 times, side cases and top case, which is awesome. I'm sure that will alert the drivers behind you that you are either stopping or have stopped. That's great. That's great visibility, a great safety feature. And I'll tell you, if that doesn't alert the drivers behind you, then you're going to have more problems than just your brake lights not flashing. But no, that's great. That's a great safety feature, like I say, and that should certainly get their attention. So that's all 3 of them flashing in unison. Okay, so that is that. Okay, everybody, so I think that's going to wrap up part 1 of the installs of the top cuffs, the brake modulator and the top case at the back, and then the auxiliary lighting at the front. Nice, quick, easy install videos. Likely, you know, out of 5, I'm going to say 1, not even. Pretty simple installs, nothing to it. Everything's all just plug in and away you go. Don't forget that dielectric grease. And so upcoming videos, I've got grill inserts that we're going to be putting in, as well as the larger brake pedal for when my bride likes to, if she wants to take the bike out, wants to take the Spyder out, just a little bit bigger brake pedal for her smaller foot. I think that's going to be good for her. And then following up with that is going to be the install and the wiring of the Garmin Zumo XT2. I want that to run only when obviously the bike is powered up and running. So I don't want that to have power all the time. So as well as the quad lock. So I only want power to that when the bike is running. So I got a kit from Sling Mods. I'll be using that. We'll be taking some of the panels off on the passenger side. So hey, if you got any value out of this, give me a big old thumbs up. Don't be afraid to subscribe. The channel is growing and I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So what I plan on doing is having a little giveaway after I get to 1,000 subscribers. And in order to win the giveaway, I think it'll be just like a simple Spyder question that I'm going to throw into the comments, and the first one that answers that subscriber will get the giveaway. So something simple like that, something fun. Alrighty, so that's going to wrap up tonight's video, and looking forward to getting to the next ones. Like again, brake pedal, larger brake pedal, and the grill inserts. Alrighty, everybody. Catch you on the next one. Ride safe, everybody.